Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be starting by finishing off the Taylor Swift portion of my CD collection. I'm going to be reviewing her 2017 album, Reputation. Don't mind me just saying that. I'm trying to get like the best single in this little area I have. So it looks like I just found it, but just never mind that. Never acts like that ever happened. But anyways, as many times as I've listened to this album, I feel it's one of her worst albums to this day. I know there's people out there who do enjoy this album, Reputation, but it doesn't do it for me in a way. I don't really have a feel for this album, unlike some of her other albums she has released. I'll admit, though, there are a few songs I do enjoy on here, but as an album itself, as a whole, I didn't think it was a, great listen overall, even after coming back for a listen in maybe about a year or two, this album. Now, let me hop into it, and I'll explain why I didn't care for this album, why I hit the tracks, even if, it's just like a little brief explanation, which, they mostly are. This is her 6th studio album that was released on November 10th, 2017. This is also the last album she released under Big Machine Records before she switched over to Republic Records, with the whole, thing with Scooter Braun under Big Machine Records, that whole thing, and again, which is why she switched over to Republic Records and started re-recording her first 6 studio albums. This album has a runtime of about 56 minutes and it contains 6 singles. They are Look What You Made Me Do, Ready For It, Endgame featuring Ed Sheeran and Future, New Year's Day, Delicate, and Getaway. The album was produced by Swift herself, as well as Max Martin, Shellback, and Jack Antonoff. This album shifts away from the synth-pop sound from 1989, her previous release from, this album, and comes in with an electro-pop and R&B sound, as well as some influences from EDM, hip-hop, trap, and Miami bass. This album also hits on critics for, bringing out her personal life and her disputes with other celebrities, most notably Kanye and Katy Perry, around this time. Now, let's hop into the tracks. We kick off the album with Ready For It. I didn't think this was a bad track overall. I love the use of electronics here. I thought it was different that we did get a little bit of, rapping from her on this track. And we get a little bit of a touch on it in 1989 on Shake It Off. But she, kind of brought it back for this album, and especially on Ready For It. I honestly didn't mind it here. Endgame features Ed Sheeran and Future. I didn't think this was one of the best tracks here, but it was somewhat of a decent track in my opinion. This is the only track on the album that includes any features, and it is also the second track Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran have collaborated on, with the previous song being Everything Has Changed, which was released on her 2012 album Red, and more recently again on Red Taylor's version, a re-recorded version of the track. honestly, I didn't mind the instrumental here, but I feel some of it may come from vocals and lyrics, and why I didn't really care for it much. Lyrically, we're looking at relationships and some of their experiences with Delicate has to be one of my favorites here on the album. I honestly didn't mind the use of the vocoder here. Just being my young dumb self when this came out, I honestly thought it was like auto-tune, but you know, kind of after looking to effects, after it came out, learned it was something else, and they have all these different ways of manipulating someone's voice with how it sounds, so I learned something back then, 5 years ago. But yeah, honestly, I didn't mind it. The use of the vocoder, I thought was honestly different for her style, as she's never really done anything like that before up to this point. I also loved the drums on this track. I thought had a great instrumental as well. To me, Look What You Made Me Do is easily one of the worst tracks on here, and one of the worst tracks in her entire catalog. When the track was first released, it seemed like everyone was so hyped about it, but after a few listens, at that time, and again here, listening to this album again, I didn't think it was one of her best, even with some of the posts she has lyrically here on the track. I didn't mind parts of the instrumental, but it wasn't one of the best, as has seen in some of the other tracks here on the album. Lyrically, we're looking back at past self, as well as how she trusts no one, as, you know, repeated a couple of times in the lyrics, especially during the bridge. Gorgeous has to be another favorite of mine. I love the touches of electronics throughout. I also loved her vocals here. Now, this is why we can't have nice things around here. Someone always has to destroy them, or something like that, you know. I didn't mind this track, but I felt like the chorus was kind of lacking in some shape or form. However, I didn't mind the instrumental here on This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things. I'll close this out like it's New Year's Day, a big celebration, turn new page, fresh start, you know, that sort of thing, as they always say. New Year's Day, I thought, was a decent track, as it was more of a piano-led track, and really the only one we even get on this entire album, as pretty much every other track is heavily influenced by electronics. I especially love that piano, mainly because, again, it's a piano-led track, and lyrically, we're looking at her innermost vulnerability with her lover the morning after a New Year's Eve party. My favorite tracks here on the album include New Year's Day, Gorgeous, and Delicate. Honestly, I did enjoy a few tracks on here, but I didn't think it was one of her best albums overall. Today, I'll be giving the album a 3 out of 5. Before I close out, though, I'm going to show off the poster that's included in the physical copy when it was purchased back in 2017. It is a double-sided poster. This is one side, and here's the other. Not bad in my opinion, and in a way it's kind of like why I honestly like enjoying physical copies for some of the exclusive stuff you can get, depending on, where you can order them and that sort of thing. But yeah, here we go, and I'm gonna close this out real quick. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave any of your thoughts down below in the comment section as usual. And yeah, next week I will be looking at her album, Speak Now.